And Steam, welcome back to the next recap. This is the Friday Night Lights playoff victory coming through. I guess not playoff victory yet because playoffs haven't started yet. But just another victory propelling me straight forward to the playoffs. I ended up taking this dub 140 to 129. Straight Merc session. At the end of the day, man, it truly didn't matter whether I win or lost. Your boy is still in first. Now it is solidified, though. So next week, I can truly take a loss and it won't matter at all. But just getting straight into it, Hans team. So, I played Kyler. I thought the Cardinals were going to do a hell of a lot better. I really thought they wanted to be in the playoffs, so I figured the push was going to be so much more. They didn't look good. Kyler didn't look good. Even though he did go 25 of 38 for 259 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 rushing yards for 3 attempts for 16 rush yards, and a 2-point conversion. He put up decent stats, 17.96. Not mad at that at all, actually. That's actually not bad whatsoever. Thing is, though, on the other end, straight gooing in Tua Tagovailoa. Dog, Tua's been balling. This is his 3rd straight game of 300 yards. He ended up going 33 of 47 for 331 yards with 2 tutties. Did play the Jets. Jets defense is good. They're bad. They're good. They're bad. I don't know what they are. He did run once for 3 yards. And on top of that, I'm going to see if I can find it. But your boy learned how to slide. Every person within South Florida, when we saw him running, was like... And then he slid, and we're like, ah! Like, we just won something. I mean, he got 3 yards. So was it 1 yard, 3 yards? Yeah, 1 rush for 3 yards. So it's not like he gained any yards or anything. We were just happy to see him not getting his head taken off, basically. On the other thing, too, though, Tua's accuracy and his range have been phenomenal lately. Jonnu Smith balled out lately. He actually had 0 catches and targets throughout the entire game, and then once overtime hit, he ended up getting 3 catches. He went 3 for 3 in OT with a touchdown. But going back to Tua has been spraying the ball. Jonnu is definitely his favorite, but he has been spraying the ball. Waddle's had a blow-up game. Tyreek's been doing really well again. A-Chain is catching 4 to 5 passes every single game. And, I mean, Tua's doing it, bro. In the past 3 games, I'm reading my own stats that I wrote down here, but in the past 3 games, Tua has gone 8-0 from his touchdown to interception ratio. That's freaking beast, man. Bomb right there. Shout out to Tua. Shout out to the Finns. Honestly, I don't expect that from Tua. His last 4 games, this man has 11 touchdowns. That's lit. That's absurd. You don't expect it. You don't see it. But you're going to take it every single day of the week. It sucks that it was against me. The fact that I won, I don't care. Cooper Kupp. Back to form, baby. It was a rough week last week. It was real hard. Took an L because of that. But this 20 points, 5 for 8, 92 yards and a touchdown against Buffalo. It's alright. Did expect a little bit more, seeing how there was a 44 to 42 point game. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'm 20 points. I'm thrilled, man. I'm not even gonna say anything about it. Cooper Kupp, shout out, man. Wish you did more, but 20, I'm cool with that. Now, Amon St. Brown, only 10 points. He went against Green Bay. Green Bay does have a really good secondary. Jair Alexander is nasty. Amon only went 5 for 6 for 43 yards. 1 rush for 10 yards. That's it. And the crazy thing about this is because this was the blow-up game back and forth. This wasn't the blow-up game. That was Buffalo. Excuse me, Hans team. My bad, y'all. But this was still a back-and-forth game. So the Lions ended up scoring 34 points. Goff threw 42 passes. And Amon only got 6 targets. That's kind of scary, to be honest. That's very scary. He's gone under 100 yards in 6 of his last 7 games. Not the trend you want to see. It's rough, and still no touchdown. It's kind of shaky there for Amon St. Brown, somebody who has the potential of being the best wide receiver in the NFL. But on the other side of things, we're looking at Garrett Wilson with 18.40. Garrett Wilson had a hell of a game against Miami. He caught 7 passes, and he made the most of them. He didn't get the touchdown. He did break over 100 yards. He had 10 targets, so only dropping off 3 of his 10. That's awesome, man. It just sucks it was against Miami. I mean, we still ended up winning. That was a fantastic game. OT, if you guys didn't see it, that was wild. But looking at Mike Evans. Mike Evans coming back off the injury. He ended up going 4 for 5 against Las Vegas. Only 10 points. This was a bad game for Mike Evans simply because the targets weren't there. Vegas was brushing Baker left and right. Didn't even matter where he was in a sense. But yeah, you do expect more from Mike Evans. It is something that you're happy to see when his low end is double digits and 10 points. It's just Mike Evans is such a goon that you expect 15 plus, if that, really. Like minimal wise. After Mike Evans, we're looking at Saquon. Saquon is probably the best running back in the league right now. He had a mild game against me, thankfully. Only 14.40, which is crazy that I say only. This was Saquon's 10th time going over 100-yard scrimmage. He has gone, this is the 4th game in a row he's gone over 100-yard scrimmage. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get a 2-point conversion. And this is the same game that he ended up breaking Shady's single-season rushing record. Man, Saquon is just so nasty. He ended up going 20 for 124, and he did not catch his only target, thankfully. Because who knows, not even just the point, but who knows what he would have taken that to. Saquon's unstoppable. Saquon is the best running back in the league right now. It's hard to argue anything against him, honestly. Now, oh, so sorry, hands team. Sorry, y'all. Get into it. Let's go. So, A-Chain, 18.90. Devon A-Chain has been severely lacking with the actual ground running skills lately. He went 14 for 24 yards and a touchdown. Holy shit, that's bad. But I'll take the 6 of 7 for receptions to target ratio. Awesome. He ended up getting 45 yards through the air. This was against the Jets. Up and down, stout to weak defense, depending on the week. But he did get hurt. He did get slammed, and he went to the medical tent for a concussion protocol. Ended up being okay, came back in, and continued to catch passes for me to get this 18.90. Love that. I think he was at 12 or so when he got hurt. I was like, all right, it's over. So when I looked back into it and I saw he was at like 15 points, I was like, what? And I turned the game on immediately, and I see him balling. I'm like, thank you. Now that we're done with A-Chain, let's get to my dog. To infinity and Bijan. Bijan Robinson, 20 points against Minnesota. 22 carries for 92 yards and a touchdown. You caught both of your passes for 9 yards. And he got a 2-point conversion. Bijan is a monster, man. Once again, this was over 100 yards from scrimmage. Bijan's 22 attempts compared to Algier's 9. I'm not worried about that at all. Algier did take a touchdown away. I was a little bit disappointed by that. But Bijan is that guy, man. Again, 20 points. Alright, this is definitely the last video of the night because your boy is passing out. But, yeah, shout out to Bijan. Just killing it in that one, man. Super, super grateful that he's playing to his potential and they're giving him the opportunities to do work, man. In all honesty, and if Kirko Chains didn't have such a bad performance, Bijan would have probably finished with more. Chuba Hubbard. Wow, Chuba, we're riding, baby. We are riding till the wheels fall off, basically. Chuba Hubbard with 20 points against Philly's tough defense. That was hard. Jonathan Brooks coming back, starting to get workload again, and then tears his ACL. Done for the season. Not going to come back until the end of next season, mid to end of next season. He's basically the same exact situation that he was in this year. So, Chuba, to me, looks like a solid pick for next year as well, if I'm being 100% honest, Hans team. He went 26 of 92 yards with a touchdown, 4 or 5 receptions and targets for 15 yards. Not a lot of yardage on the through the air, but the fact of the catches, I'm gonna take that every day, man. Chuba's a goon. I did go against him in this league, but you guys already know I do have him in another league. So I'd love to see him balling out. Doesn't matter. That playoff, the league that I have him in, the playoffs are done for me. It's a moment of silence for saying a prayer for my fallen league. All right. So yeah, definitely got me there. Now my tight end was Cade Otton, 10 points. It's wild. My tight end had the same amount of points as Mike Evans, and Cade Otton would have had another one if it wasn't for an interception that was targeting to Cade Otton in the red zone. That would have been 17 points. But hey, whatever. He went against the Raiders just like Mike Evans. Cade Otton caught 3 of his 4 passes for 70 yards. Not much to say about it, man. Your tight end gives you 6 or more. You got to be happy with that. They give you double digits or higher. Be very thankful. Love it. Very happy for it. Now, his tight end was Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers went 3 for 5 for 49 yards. 8 points. Be happy with it. I'm happier that Cade Otton did better. Brock Bowers had I think this was probably his worst game of the season. I'd have to look it up. I know he didn't do too well in it simply because the other tight end, Mayer, he balled out a little bit. He went 9 for 7 for 68 yards. Much better performance than Bowers. Even though Bowers still got to be 8 points. Like, dog, I'm very happy with that. Bowers did break the most receptions for a rookie tight end, and that was 87. So he's at, I think, 89 and counting. We see where it goes going forward, man. Brock Bowers is the real deal. Now, his flex was James Cook. I said it, I think, a week or two ago that, he doesn't need all the volume. He's fine. He does his damage. Well, damn, a little bit of volume would be nice. This isn't going against me, but I have Cook in another league, and I need Cook to ball out. I actually lost not because of Cook, but one of the reasons of him dropping 4 points didn't help. I lost by like 20 points. So James Cook against the Rams, he went 6 of 20. It's not that good yardage, but at the same time, 6 carries, you need a lot more than that, man. He ended up dropping 4.90. He did catch both of his passes for 9 yards, but it means nothing, bro. 9 yards, only 2 catches. At this point, Cook has been under 50 rushing yards 4 of his last 7 games. That's terrifying. And the fact that he's not seeing the volume through the air is even more terrifying. And I think what killed me the most is this is the 5 touchdown game from Josh Allen. This is the one where he ran 3 of them in, and 2 of them were from the 1. Bruh, come on. Give Cook one of those at least. You can take one, give Cook the other one. So that was a little bit of a slap in the face, but it is what it is. James Cook will bounce back. I have no hesitation of playing him going forward, to be honest. He's going to ball. He's going to dominate. Now, the other side of things. Isaac Guerendo. I took the chance. I used my waiver priority. Picked him up. 26.80. What a fucking good decision that was. He went 17 of 128 with 2 touchdowns. And then he got hurt. I don't know whether I should pick up the other cat Patrick or not, to be honest. We're going to see what happens with Guerendo. I might pick him up just to hold him down. Might not even play him. Bench is up there. We're gonna figure out how this is gonna go this week because he plays on Thursday. So I don't know, Hans team. We're in the air on that one, man. I mean, it really shouldn't matter. Brian Robinson Jr. is on a bye, so I'm just gonna plug Brian Robinson back in. Kickers, why? So I had Brandon Aubrey. He went 2 for 2 with 3 extra points, 9 points. I'm okay with that. Jake Moody with 8 points. He went 1 of 1 with 5 extra points. So it's cool. I'll take the extra. Here's what blew me out of the water. Again, I spoke about Arizona playing Seattle. Seattle is a game, well, was a game ahead of Arizona for the playoffs. They were in. Arizona was a game out watching. If they beat them, they would have tied, and then they would have ended up taking over. Or, no, they would have stayed under because Seattle won the initial head-to-head. But didn't matter. Seattle spanked them. Arizona's defense gave me -1. Wow. Slap in the face there. Well, my dog played the New Orleans Saints against the Giants with 12. That's a great play. I played them in another league. I just couldn't get them. So that's what it is, Hans team. If we're looking at the benches, I had DJ Moore with 10, Goff with 22, Detroit's defense with 2. So I could have plugged in Detroit's defense. DJ Moore with 10. No, he wouldn't have cracked any part of my lineup. And Goff with 22 would have definitely surpassed Kyler's 17, but it doesn't matter. Let's see. My man's had Calvin Ridley with 12 and Brock Purdy with 22. So, yeah, he couldn't have done nothing about Tua, but he could have replaced Mike Evans with that 10 spot, little tenor. Could have replaced James Cook with that 4 spot. He would have won. TJ Hawkinson with 8. Same thing as Brock Bowers. Denver was on a bye. No. Hans team, that is it. As for the playoff primer, this is the league that only top 4 make it, so we do have 1 more week to go, but I'm 2 games ahead, so it doesn't matter. I'm in, baby. Just waiting for it to start and getting to the point so I can collect my money, man. Now, let me not say that. You never know what's going to happen. Superstitions at this point. Any given Sunday, any team can beat any team. But Hans team, let's get these dubs, baby. We're getting started. We're so close to playoffs, man. Excited. All right, y'all. I'm out, man. Deuces.